All right, good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday. Excuse me, got a little bit of a cold here. Tuesday, February 7th. I've got a 2003 Ford Ranger code AQ. This ought to be fun. You got a little scuffage right in here and a little bit of surface rust up here. This truck had a cap on it at one point, so we got to clean that up. That's about it for driver's side. Driver's side's pretty clean on this truck. Top of the tailgate, we're going to try and repair some of that. A little boink there. And looks like somebody tried to play touch up here and touch up there. But this truck got punched. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. I'm standing right in my light, but it got punched right here by the tail light, so we got a little spot. That one shouldn't be too bad. And somewhere here along in the bedside, yeah, right there's a little pecker dent. But other than that, just some scuffs and stuff like that. This one isn't too bad. I already got the bumper off because the bumper covers up those lower corners down there, so I had to get that off. I got to pull the splash guards off. I already got one off. I got to get the second one off, and we're going to get to repairing this and get the panel beater fired up and give it a try. So I'll be back with you guys in a little bit here. And all right, guys, we're going to start on this dent right here. I've got the sides of the vehicle all cleaned up. So what I'm going to do is try and assess. That's only single walled. I might have too much problem pulling that out. So I'm going to grind the paint up front around that area. I got to go grab a body hammer and we'll get that pulled out. See how the panel beater works. So first things first, I'm about blocking the whole picture here, but I'll do what I can. We're going to take the paint off. I'm just using this is a roll-lock style rust wheel, paint stripper disc, whatever you want to call it. I have to say that's pretty close to my damaged area there. And of course, air compressor. ground clamp and hopefully get a good ground. But the rule with pulling a dent is the last damage in is the first damage out. So the lowest spot would have been the first in. The closest to wherever it's creased or wrinkled would be the last thing that got caved. The impact was probably somewhere in here, and it forced that in first, and then it created this wave out here. So we're going to pull along, just along that crease and work our way toward the middle, and then we'll be tapping down on that crease too at the same time. And we'll bump into the two. So. So hard. I'm gonna have to clean the tip here. There's some crap on that. Clean surfaces make better welds. So. Got all of the corrosion protection off of the steel. It looks like it's nice and shiny. If it continues to weld like this, I'll probably take the DA over it with some 80 grit and see if that does the trick. Yeah, we're moving slow but sure. Move you guys over here. That's not too far off down here. Time to do a little hammer time here. Or not. Tip's getting cracked. Alright, I'm going to shut you guys off for a minute. I'm going to address some things. Alright guys, so I don't know what the deal is with the tip of my stud welder, but it'll also weld pins, so I welded some draw pins on there. I don't know if it just wasn't clean and getting good contact or what, but this worked. I'm within probably a 16th of where I need to be. I used my trusty straight edge here and checked it with the other tail light, so we're ready for a smear of mud here in a minute. Take the rest of my draw pins off. Give it a quick clean up with some 36 on the die grinder. These bed sides are just so thin. The wave, I was actually beating it back to where I had my paint feather back at. It looked like the wave was closer to in here, but that was not the case. I tapped on a few high spots. I pulled too hard on my drop plates. Hanging out there. I haven't made a video here for a while. I've been sick. Haven't had any work either, so. Close. I heard something pop there. Oh wait. Judges like that. Pop in the middle I don't like. Less than an eighth of an inch. I can deal with it. Pop the old tail light in here real quick. Double check the fit before I put a smear of mud out there. Fit like shit anyway. Side of one didn't fit that well. work. Alright guys, I'll catch up with you in a minute here. Alright guys, so we're going to mix up my filler here and get a smear in that real quick. Stuff is thick this morning. It was cold in here last night. Brace that pallet against my knee. Stuff is being a pain in the ass. Probably help if I keep that in the house at night. I don't keep the shop heating at night. Just when we're here. And of course, like Darren says, I always make too much. Well, he seemed to be spot on the body filler on that van job the other day. Me, on the other hand, I got way too much here. Clean sprayer out of my pocket here, and then we'll go to town on this. Probably needed that much to do this whole job, but there we go. We got a little on our painted surface here, but that all come back off. Not too concerned about it. So we have a big piece of tape in here too to keep that out of the taillight. I don't think there's any way I have it quite that close. Problem is here this morning. I like that much more better. We'll go with that smear for now and see what happens. Wow, what a waste, huh? Get a little carried away. Alright, I have a little bite to eat here real quick and I'll come back and I'll work on that one. Alright guys, we got a smear of mud on there. That should be about ready to sand. And we had one dent there. A little rust spot up there, and there's a little spot around the back up here, a little spot around the corner I got to touch up. And those were spots that have been brush touched. I just feathered them out. We'll spot a little primer on those and feather them out. And then we had a little spot there, and this was that long rust spot down through there. So that's all feathered back, and what I'm doing now is I've got 800 on the DA, And I'm gonna knock that clear coat down a little bit, give it a little scratch. Got my soft DA pad on there. Scotch Brite here, so when you get those little pills that build up on this finer sandpaper, you can knock them off so you don't end up with pigtails all over the panel. Like that. Wow, there's a lot of orange peel in this paint. Now I'm going to go over it with a very Scotch Brite too when I'm done, just to make sure I got all my edges. There's some scratches on here, but not too bad. This truck's been well taken care of for the most part. I don't see a lot of bad body damage to it. This was a used truck that a friend of mine bought. He's had it for a while, and it's just got its bumps and bruises over the years. But really, I mean, it's not crusty. The frame's clean, the brake line's clean for an Ohio truck. That says a lot. I don't care what brand it is, they all seem to rust in the same areas. I haven't done a lot of work on these Rangers though, so I'm not sure exactly where they're prone to rusting. See a couple of them, guys are working on, tailgate bottoms are blown out on them and things like that. So this is how the prep work's going to go while I'm waiting for my filler to get done kicking off so I can get sanding on that. get all these little nooks and crannies sanded out, because it's the part I hate most about the job when you're panel painting something. Gotta make sure all that paint's scuffed. You know, some of the guys use like Comet or Ajax or something with a scuff pad. I actually have some scuff stuff, some Presta scuff stuff. Just don't feel like cleaning it up. It's wintertime and I have my water turned off out. I only have one cold water spigot outside my building, and I really don't feel like playing cleanup, and I should have done that before I got into this anyway. I wanted to get the truck inside just in case it decided it wanted to snow or rain or both. Our weather's been really screwy, so we're going to keep scuffing on this, and I'll get back with you when I get a little more progress done here. Get some filler spots sanded. Hopefully we'll be ready for primer here in a couple hours, so I'll catch you guys in a couple minutes. Alright guys, we got these dents filled up. Finishing this guy out. I have some glaze on here, and I'm trying to finish it out in 180. Get it blocked. We'll hit these other 2 or 3 dings in it, and we'll just keep moving on down the line. Alright guys, it's end of the day Tuesday, and my body work is pretty much wrapped up here. Tomorrow I'm going to get the truck bagged, prime it. I had a lot of interruptions today. I couldn't stay focused on this. I had to leave a couple times, so show you what I got. That spot is done. That primer's etch primer over that bare metal, and I'll scuff that with a gray Scotch Brite in the morning before I put high build primer on it. That ding's done. That one had a little bit of bare metal around it, so I shot that one. That guy, I still have to finish scuffing that side. I kind of did that on my in-between. My boinks in the top of the tailgate are pulled, filled, and I got some icing on it there. Got a little carried away. That guy's done, and that dude's done, and the line of rust is done, and this side is pretty much all scuffed up. So at any rate, I'll upload this one for you guys. Hope I didn't bore the hell out of you, but I'll get this one uploaded here tonight after dinner, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, Wednesday.